Hey there, Assassins and Stranger Things fans. This is episode number 8 in how to build Hawkins Middle School from, of course, Stranger Things in Minecraft. So in today's video, I'll be teaching you guys how to finish up the school by just adding in the roof. So it is a very simple section today, which is awesome for us. I think we do need a break. We've been building some really crazy bits and pieces around this school. So filling it over, getting it completed today will be a really nice thing to do. I'll also show you guys how to move if you've already built my Hawkins Middle School Gym. How to move it just in the right position if you're trying to build Hawkins and you want to make this map as realistic as possible. So yeah, I'll try and show you guys how to do that one as well. For now though, let's grab the bits and pieces we need and get started on the roof. So to start things off guys, we will grab ourselves some polished andesite, sea lanterns, polished andesite slabs and iron trapdoors. Let's first of all take our polished andesite, go to our front entrance here where we have these kind of iron bars sticking up to the ceiling. We want to go ahead and take our polished andesite just along for 2 blocks like so, so it actually connects it up, which is really cool. We're going to go ahead and build this along the front and then back towards the building like so, in like a C shape like so. Go ahead and fill in this one and then place sea lanterns just above where the doors are. Then underneath you can place 2 iron trapdoors, like so. Cool. Now then, this is a weird part. We're going to go ahead and take our slabs and slab over this section just here. Like so, including that line of blue concrete. And then we're going to go ahead and take our slabs, bringing them forward on the sides like this. And then we're going to run them round the entire building on the top front side of this blue concrete line. So we're going to do this the entire way around the perimeter of our school, even over this white concrete area for the boys' toilets. It's a little bit of a painstaking process, not going to lie, but once it's done, and it'll look hopefully as realistic as we can get it to be. Now once you get to this section, it does go a little bit skew-whiff because we need to go out just 1 block over where this iron bar is, so we can go ahead and like build an overhanging roof. So just go over until you're the block over the yellow concrete there, and then bring it back towards the building, and then carry it along the building again as well. Before we carry it along again until we reach the front, sorry I don't know what happened to my voice there, we're going to go ahead and take our slabs again, drop underneath, so go to the bottom area of the blue concrete, bring this along here, stop before you connect up to that one, and then bring it back towards the building, like so. And then above we're going to do the exact same thing, so you can either make these a block if you want to, that would be actually quite helpful. Go to here, starting on the blue concrete, bring it along to this corner, and then bring it along to there. And then you can just fill over this section if you want to with slabs. Super simple, but it looks quite effective once it's all in there together. Like that. There's a bit of a hollow space underneath, so just go ahead and add another row of slabs just to make it less hollow. Like that, and even some sea lanterns if you wish as well. Okay, let's carry on with our overhanging. Let me know in the comments down below guys, by the way, which has been your favourite Hawkins Middle School episode so far, or even just the tour. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions, and even your, creative criticism as well. If you have anything that you think might help me for future uploads and series, please let me know as well. That'd be awesome. Okay, there we go, looking great. Now we're going to carry on this row here we started on the front entrance with, all the way along the top of our blue concrete. Now not to get confused with that little bit of blue concrete in there as well. Keep it on the exterior only. Here, of course, run it along the white concrete, and then just stick to the blue again, until you're back around the other side. It's a little bit, again, very painstaking. I'm going to speed this up so you don't have to see me just, do this whole thing, and it'd be very boring. Let's just go past this one, carry on again. Alright, there you go guys, that is looking really cool. It just adds another overhang to the entire building, so it kind of adds dimensions to the exterior of the building as well, and then makes it look, a little bit nicer as well, and like an actual proper school. Next we'll take ourselves our polished andesite. We're going to go ahead and run this the entire way around the perimeter of our slabs as well. So literally covering up stuff like that, all the way around until we're back around the front side. Let's get it done. And there we are. So we have like an entire perimeter now of just blocks as well. we're going to go ahead and take our polished andesite once more and go around the interior walls, so all of those walls you see here, going ahead and adding in polished andesite to those as well. So literally just use it as a stencil and run your polished andesite across the top, just so we know this is going to be for our roof. Let's get all these walls done. Just so you guys don't get confused with this section over here, you know the AV room and the boys' toilets have like a double wall between them, and the AV room has like a second wall as well. I've gone ahead and just filled that over as well. So any interior wall, including this part over here, you make sure you put your polished andesite over the top of it as well. Alrighty, so the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and take our andesite again, go to here, add in a row of 4, then we want to outline this the whole way down the corridor. So just go all the way down until you reach that back door and the trophy cabinet, and then bring it down again. Now the reason we're basically knocking off every single corner into like segments is so we can go ahead and make the lights for these segments only, so we don't, you know, get confused and then end up not lighting one room. So we'll now go ahead and take a cluster of 4 sea lanterns like so, a divider of 2, another 2 sea lanterns, divider of 2, another 2 sea lanterns. Here we'll add in a divider of 1 and then the 2 for the middle of this intersection. Then we'll go back to 1 and then we'll do 2 again. And then 2, another 2 sea lanterns, 2 dividers, 2 sea lanterns, 2 dividers, 2 sea lanterns. This is a little bit iffy here because of course we have like another intersection, but this one will just start like about here, like so. So let's actually do this one whilst we're here, like so. Let's do a 2 divider. If you need me to fly up in a moment, guys, I will do, just so you can pause the video there and then see what I've been up to just for this. But if you're coping alright, then that's great. I do have a habit of building quite quickly, which is very, very bad, and I'm very, very sorry about that. I just get a little bit carried away. Alright, let me fly up really quick so you can see what I've done. Okay, so obviously once you've, you know, kind of closed up the gap for the corridor, you want to go ahead and start doing 4 lots of sea lanterns, 2 blocks apart, until you reach that intersection there, where they're 1 block apart, and then they go back to the 2. Then you go ahead and leave a big space here, like a block gap of 3, and then you build another cluster of 4 sea lanterns, block gap of 2, 4 sea lanterns, 2, 4, 2, and then 4, and then 2, 4, and so on. So let's go ahead and just do that now. So the 2 will actually end right at the door, which is perfect. That is what we want. Now, to be honest, if you do happen to make a mistake and you get a little bit lost and go your own way with the sea lanterns, honestly, it really doesn't matter. It's not like, you know, when I'm building a Stranger Things tutorial, I go ahead and study the lighting. You know, I don't like sit there and be like, oh my gosh, there is 5 strip lights in this room. Let's go ahead and add them in just for, you know, extra realism. You know, it's not like that at all. So please don't worry that you're going to mess up anything if you get it wrong. I'm always making mistakes, guys. You got to remember that stakes are just stakes. Well, stakes are good, but no, mistakes are human. You know, human nature. So we all make them. I make them so much. So you know, just got to wing it sometimes. At the end here, we'll just add in a, you know, 2 lots of sea lanterns instead of 4. Again, 2 blocks apart though. Let's just drop down and see what it looks like on the inside. So as long as you have enough light in that you're happy with, then you know, that's all that matters really. Yeah, this is looking really good. And if you want to go ahead and, like, once you've done all the lights, we won't do it just yet because I've got a lot more rooms to do, but we can add in iron trapdoors for the sea lanterns on the inside as well, just so they look a little bit more like, you know, school lighting. So we'll come back and do the rest of those later. Just keep that in mind, because I might forget. Alright, let's go ahead and do this corridor down here. So just go ahead and, you know, trim it down so it's got like a gap of 2 between each of these sides, like so, making that 2 block gap as well. Then we'll do our 2s 2 blocks apart. Our 4s 2 blocks apart, sorry. Like this. So the corridors are nice and simple. The rooms, they get a little bit weird, but we'll take it nice and slowly. So let's go to the front side of the building first of all. So we have this reception area to sort of light up. As you can see here, the roof is already overhanging this section here. So let's go ahead and carry on this overhang for the entire rest of the way, even. Gosh, I really don't know what happens to my voice when I start recording. I just change languages for some reason. But it's not a language anyone's heard of, it's just like a alien language. It's so weird. Alright, so now we've got like a, you know, a smaller space to work with. we can start to bring some strip lights out from the wall. Let's go for about here, for like 2 rows of 3. Then we'll do another one 2 blocks apart. Now we're going to go ahead and fill up this section. Like so, so just surround it with polished andesite. Like that. We'll leave a 2 block gap again, and then we'll do another 2 rows of 3. Like so. And if you find that once you get to the back wall and then you're like, oh no, I can't make another one, just add in just a plain old 2. Wherever you can fit lights, put the lights in, and I'm sure it'll look great. There we go. Yeah, like I said, there's no real technique. As long as you have enough lights so that no mob spawn, no creeper attends the school, then you're going to be fine. Let's go ahead and put the staff room ones in. So we've done that, like, the overhang part on the inside. Adding in 2 just here. Block gap of 2, then 2. Well, block gap of 4 technically. 2, and then just finish it up there. Yeah, that'd be fine. Cool. So just using the same technique for every single one of these rooms until you're very, very happy and everywhere is lit up. So I'm going to leave you guys to do this because it is pretty simple. Like I said, there's just really no technique as long as you have a nice gap between your sea lanterns. Not like the entire room is clustered with sea lanterns. And as long as they're in line with this area of the roof, then you'll be absolutely peachy. So let's go ahead, get this done, and then we'll get back to finishing up the roof. Alright guys, so once you have finished that incredibly hard section, just for time consuming really, we are going to go ahead and take ourselves our polished andesite slab once again. Our polished andesite, our block of iron this time, an iron trap door once again. Also, don't forget to go on the inside and put iron trap doors on all of the inside sea lanterns too. Iron bars, a flower pot, and some rail as well. Now basically what we want to do now is go ahead and run our slabs, again tiered up for this final layer, over our sea lanterns, like the entire exterior around. Let's go ahead and outline it together just so we all don't get confused. So we're kind of making like a stair or pyramid shape with our slabs at the moment, which is not intentional, but it actually does look quite clean anyway from whichever side you look at this school, which is great. And then what we'll do later is we'll go ahead and add in some like air conditioning units, or even some like generators on top of the roof for clearing out the air of the school really. So if we go ahead and just outline this whole section, we'll fill it in one moment with just more slabs. But what we want to do next is go on the inside of this, and the places their chimneys are. So there's going to be one in the kitchen, and there's going to be one in the staff room. Go to those kitchens, find the hoppers, break next to the hoppers so you can get out, and then break the blocks on the hoppers. Place yourself that block back in, the blocks above the hoppers, now you know where they are, and place 2 blocks above it. Then you can stick yourself flower pots on top of those, just to, represent chimneys. Let's go ahead and find the kitchen, which I know is over in the canteen. So right back in here, there should be another hopper, another 2 hoppers just here. Perfect. Now if you want to bring the andesite down for the roof there, just so it looks a little bit more like a chimney, feel free to do so. I'm just going to stick some flower pots in there as well. Cool. Right, let's go ahead and slab this entire thing over. Now then, once you've finished that, you can then go ahead and just drop back onto the roof, darting about the place, knock out a couple areas, no pun intended with that whole dart thing. Place yourself, oops, let's just replace these with blocks of iron, like so. And then we want to make some simple generators, so we just go ahead and stick iron trap doors maybe, then we'll do like a circular rail pattern, and then we can go ahead and make another one over here. But this one might be a little bit different, so we'll go ahead and like do this sort of shape, and then we'll do like a little bigger bit like that, and then rail on top, something like that. Make it however you want to make it look like power generators, or like I said, extractor fans or something on top of the roof of the school. So we're going to make loads of these on the roof, not obviously crowding it, but making enough so it looks like an industrial building, which I know school isn't an industrial building, but you know what I mean. It's a big, facility, so we need to go ahead and like make sure it's got the suitable air conditioning for it, So yeah, let's get it done. Finally, I went ahead and added in a little AV sort of telegraph pole maybe for picking up a signal. a single, a signal for, you know, like radio stations and stuff like that, so that the AV room has a little bit of power going to it. So yeah, makes it a little bit more realistic, I think, as well. Then I added in a couple more of these things, just again dotted around the roof. I might add in a couple more later as well, just because it's looking a little bit sparse. But yeah, once you're happy with it, you can call it a day, and then I'll teach you guys how to move this gym now. So what you want to do first of all is, as you can see, I have this really weird floating grid around my gym, and it's looking a little bit bizarre. Now, to get this floating grid, we do actually need this because it's quite important. We're going to go ahead and get this block down here. Now, how to get this block on Minecraft Bedrock Edition, if you're the same as me and on Bedrock Edition, you want to go ahead and open your chat window like this. Then you click into the type box. You want to go for a slash and then give, all in, you know, next to each other. Then I'm going to do @s, which is of course myself, but you can do @a as well if it's just you on the world, you know. So let's go ahead and just click @s. Then I'm going to go ahead and give myself a structure block. So I just need to write structure, a space away from that @s, go underscore straight after the structure, and then write block just here, like so. Once you type that in, that'll give you a structure block. It says it's giving you one, but of course you can spam these as many times as you like. So now we have this block. You're probably wondering, Will, what on earth do we do with it? Well, it's a great question. What we're going to do is we're going to drop down to our gym. If you've already built the gym, that is perfect. If you haven't already, go ahead, pop off to build that right away. I'll stick a card on the screen so you can go ahead, drop straight to that video, or link in the description below. And once you've built it, take your structure block, go down to, I'm going to start on the left corner of this area because it's a little bit easier to use. Go down to the left corner, and as I can see, the building overhangs a little bit here because it's got that like sort of fence piping that goes down the side. So I want to go ahead and go out another block from where the road starts and ends. Now, because our building is literally just in the floor by one block, so you know we're at ground level, we just want to go ahead and use our structure block in that level of the floor, so here, in line with the car park level. Now, if we were building like Steve's house, if we were moving Steve's house, because the back garden goes down straight to almost out of the world, like down there to bedrock level, we'd have to place it on the bedrock level. Don't want to fall into the void today. Been there too much. So there we go. So what we're going to do now is the coordinates, when you open the structure block, look very confusing, but it's not actually that hard. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So as you can see here, I've got the mode up on save at the moment. Now that means we're going to save a new structure to our structure block, and then we can go ahead and move it. Now, because I've already saved the structure, because I moved it a second ago to test, I'm not going to go ahead and save a new one, but I'll show you guys how to do it anyways. So what you want to do is, as you can see right now, in our space here, in the grid that it's showing us, we only have like 1/2 of the car park. Well, not even that, like a quarter. So we don't want to move that. I mean, we can just build that. So we want to go ahead and extend our radius so we get the entire building in here. Now to do that, we're going to go ahead and change up all these coordinates over here on our screen. Now, the size of it means basically the size of the building. So from the point of the structure block, which we have right here in the floor, we're going to go ahead and change our, size of the grid to make it incorporate the building. So the size, I'm going to go ahead and punch in numbers like, let's go for 40 just to test it, see how that goes. There you go. So you can see it's just extended the grid that way in length, and you can see that almost all of the building is there. So maybe a little bit more. Let's go about 50. Like so. There you go. And now you can see there's a corner of the building at the back there. I have overshot it a little bit, but as there's nothing around my gym, I can overshoot it a little bit and not worry too much. If you're in like a crowded city, you're going to have to get the exact, dimensions of the building. But if you're like me and, you have nothing around it, you can go ahead and incorporate a little bit of grass. It won't matter too much. Okay, the elevation, so the Y coordinate just here. That means the elevation of where the block starts. Now that doesn't mean world elevation, it literally means where the block is beginning. So we want to go ahead and go for about, I think on my other one I put it about 50, but of course we don't need that much. Let's go 30 and test it. Okay, yeah, not too bad. So we have, this is not the peak height of our roof, this little bit that we have at the moment. The peak is in the middle, so we need to go ahead and extend the grid so we can see where that peak is going to be and, see if that height is enough. So change the Z to, let's go about 50 as well, just to see. So there you go. I've got a lot of grass on that side, so let's maybe just short it down by 10 blocks. Okay, maybe another couple. Let's go for about 32. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's perfect actually. Oh wow, that actually is perfect. That's like on point. That's brilliant. Wait, have I missed something on this side? Oh my goodness, I think I did miss something when I was originally building this. Anywho, that's besides the point. We have the thing in here right now, which is perfect. As you can see, that 34 elevation is enough to incorporate the building. Now, don't worry if it looks a little bit weird, like the rendering has gone a little bit screwy. Don't worry, they'll be fine. Now, what you want to do next is, because we're saving this, we want to go ahead and type in a structure name. So just call it gym. Just something very, very simple and something easy to remember. So gym. It will change it to my structure, gym, like so. Then you want to hit save down here. Structure saved. Perfect. Now we have this in our memory of our, as you can see there, save in memory, our memory of our structure block. So if you want to remove that now, it will be fine. We're going to go ahead and use a new one anyway. Now, to get our gym in the right place, we need to go to the back right corner of our middle school, up over here, so sort of the end of Mr. Clark's classroom. And we want to go ahead and stick this up like diagonally over there sort of area. So not too close to Hopper, but not too far away from the school either. Not too close away from the school either. That's what I meant. Now on the real school, like the real school that we based the middle school off of, it's actually called Stockbridge Senior High School, I believe so, or Patrick Henry Adult Education, or high school. I'm not too certain. It looks like it's changed names a couple of times. But yeah, the school is actually a high school. So that was a little bit tricky to figure out for me, like how I was building it, and that's why I keep getting confused between Hawkins High School and the middle school. Like I keep thinking of the same building, so that is my mistake. But anyways, that's besides the point again. We're going to go ahead and take the gym up this corner, just in case we add in high school at any point. So let's go ahead and, once you're far enough away, you know, you can sort of judge it a little bit, make sure you're happy with it. Plonk your structure block into the floor, again, because we're going to be on ground level. And then you open it, you click load instead of save, then you write in structure name, just gym, because we call it gym, so it's going to remember the structure is gym. Now it's got a big empty patch, but it has the space that we used a minute ago. So as long as your grid is bigger, then I'm sure it will load the building. If we hit load, we'll be able to see it's actually going to do it. And there you go, it literally just starts building it for you, so it saves you so much time and effort. It is amazing. Now you want to leave it for a second just because it might be a little bit laggy, but once you come out, your gym should be there, built up in all its glory. And there you have it. That is that simple. Like I said, if I can do it, then anybody can do it. Now I have 4 gyms, so I might need to destroy some. There's going to be a lot of exercising going on. But yeah, that is basically it. So you can do that with any of my Stranger Things structures. Actually, you can do that with any of your structures in general. It's really, really helpful for building a city, absolutely. Especially on Minecraft Bedrock Edition, you know, where you have to do everything with a controller. Goodness me. Well, most of the time. You can do it with mouse and keyboard if you're one of those players, but I am a controller player, so every little helps with using commands. But yeah, that's it. And that literally concludes my Hawkins Middle School series. It has been super, super awesome building with you guys. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to teach you how to build another Stranger Things structure. It is mind-blowing that you guys like these stuff, and yeah, it is awesome to me to see your views and to see your comments and support and whatnot. So please keep it up. That would be awesome. But thank you again. Really do appreciate it, guys. If you did enjoy this final episode, please be sure to drop a like. That'd be awesome. Now, don't be disheartened that this one has ended, because I will be doing another big Stranger Things project very, very shortly. Like, I completely forgot I had this build on the way. So if you're interested in that one, stay tuned as well by subscribing, joining the Assassin Hood for free today, and you'll be able to check that one out when it drops in the next coming weeks. So yeah, lastly, if you want to go ahead and let me know you've built the school on one of my social media accounts, if you like tag me in a screenshot or something like that, I'll give it a share on whichever social you do that on. So go ahead, check them out, link in the description below. All the logos will be on screen right away as well, so you can see which ones I own. But until the next time, guys, take care, of course, stay safe, stay awesome, and I will see you at the next Wheelassassin video coming very, very soon. Goodbye for now, Assassins and Stranger Things fans. Thank you so, so much.